This video contains massive spoilers for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, so if you haven't watched it yet, click off of this video, because this contains massive spoilers for the movie. I watched it last night, and I'm gonna be giving my review in this video. So, if you don't want any spoilers for the movie, click off of this video, and watch some other ones of mine. Hee hee! Hey yo, what's up everybody? I'm Awkward Dude, and this is my Five Nights at Freddy's movie review. I watched the movie yesterday, last night actually, and now I'm ready to give my review on the movie. So, yeah, before we start, if you enjoy, leave a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to help me get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Also, join the Discord so you can get notified of all sorts of leaks. So when I do things, teaser images, stuff like that. I love to do stuff like that. Model reveals, stuff like that, you know? But anyways, yeah, link will be in the description. So, yeah. Wow. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I gotta say, it was definitely something else, you know, watching it. I mean, to be 100% honest, it wasn't perfect, but what film really is gonna be perfect, to be honest? Like, there's always gonna be some issues with certain films. Like, my main issue with this film, really, was just that it wasn't really scary. Like, I didn't feel scared when I watched this movie. Like, I just felt like I was looking at a bunch of, animatronic animals, which, you know, that's what they are, but I mean, they're supposed to be a bit creepy. So, yeah, I think the scary factor was kind of removed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, the first part of the movie was actually terrifying, like, it was actually good. Yeah, it was seriously good. Like, I mean, there was some, all this suspense, there was drama, there was some, horror, it was terrifying, like, you could see this guard, just, like, trying to escape, trying to survive, you know, and then he got caught, and then got stuffed. So, yeah, that was horrifying, and whenever the kills happened with the crooks, the, criminals that broke into the pizzeria, that was insane. Carl got his face bitten off. I don't know what the frick happened to Hank. That I'm guessing that other guy got killed by Foxy, and that one girl, I forgot her name. Sorry, I only watched the movie once. I am gonna watch it multiple times, by the way. The other girl got chomped in half by Freddy. I just thought that her head was gonna be shoved in and then she was gonna be bitten. No, her whole torso went in there and then snap. And oh, it was intense. It was brutal. It was peak Five Nights at Freddy's. But then, you know, later on in the movie, the animatronics seem more docile and calm. So I honestly thought, you know, this has got to be a trick, right? Like they've got to be just manipulating, which they were, you know, but it was still kind of strange, cause you know, throughout the movie, when I looked at the animatronics, I didn't see the horrifying entities that I saw while playing the games. I just saw children, so. Yeah, they, I honestly think that they could improve on that just a tad little bit, you know? Like, cause, you know, it was scary the first half. Like, I mean, these killer monsters, exactly like, in the games, that they just kill everything in sight, they show no mercy. Like that's basically what they were. And then they sort of, I feel like they kind of focused a little too much on the lore of the character Mike Schmidt. Like, to be honest, I find it awesome that they gave Mike some actual lore, but I feel like the movie was a little bit taken up too much by Mike's lore. Like, there wasn't really too many scenes including the animatronics themselves, like the characters, because that's what everybody wanted to see. I mean, like, Mike Schmidt was just this character that nobody ever saw until this movie came out. But I'm really glad that they're actually, like, giving him some lore now, like, giving him a story, too. But I feel like it just took up a little bit too much of the movie. Now, this is my opinion, to be honest. This is just my opinion. Don't be getting mad at me or anything like that. This is just my opinion on the movie. I feel like if they had added the side story of Mike's lore, but also focused, kind of the main focus being Mike trying to survive in the pizzeria. And to be honest, I kind of think that they should have left Abby out of it, because in the original Five Nights at Freddy's game, it's just Mike. Like, Mike is literally just in the pizzeria alone with these scary robots. So kind of feel like Abby was just something for Mike to have to take care of. Again, this is my opinion. This is totally my opinion. You can have your own opinions on things. Like, I find the movie absolutely awesome still. Like, it wasn't the best I've ever watched, like I was hoping it was, but it was still good. Like, I mean, like, of course there were some scenes that were pretty bad, but I mean, overall, I mean, it was pretty alright for a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that people have been waiting for 8 years now. I think like 9 now? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, what else? William Afton. That's another thing. I feel like, he was supposed to be the main villain of this movie, and we didn't really see too much of him in it. He only came around randomly at the end, which I found kind of strange. Also, the fact that I feel like the Springlock suits are kind of confusing now, because I remember hearing the audio tapes from Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and I remember hearing that the Springlock suits were incredibly sensitive. Like, so sensitive you couldn't even breathe on the Springlocks, otherwise you'd experience a Springlock failure. And yet here we have William Afton punching and kicking around and throwing Mike all over the place, just beating the crap out of him. And then we see him get tased before that happens. And after that happens, he gets shot with a gun, and that doesn't trigger the spring locks. Whenever, earlier in the movie, a broom triggered the spring locks. So I kind of don't really get the logic behind that. And then it took Mr. Cupcake biting on Springtrap. Afton at the time, to trigger the spring locks. And then this psycho, he'd already taken off his helmet, for some reason. But then, for some reason, this psycho, after he experiences a spring lock failure, just is all like, you know what? I'm gonna put my helmet back on. It's most likely gonna malfunction with the rest of the suit, but I'm gonna put that sucker on. Like, what? Like, you'd have to be absolutely crazy to do something like that. Sorry, I'm looking at myself on the camera. It's drawing my attention. But anyways, yeah. I also, the cameos. The cameo was awesome. Like, we saw Matt Pat. I did not expect to see Matt Pat, and he said his line. He said his line, which is absolutely awesome. I loved that scene. I loved it so much. I mean, the plans to take Abby from Mike? No. Matt Pat cameo? Yeah. Oh my gosh! And the thing is, I don't really even watch Matt Pat that much. I mean, but he's still like awesome. Like I like his voice. His voice is so awesome. Not to mention he's so cool when he says his line. You know, that's just a theory. You know, like he said that in the movie, and it's so like exciting. Oh my gosh! And then Corey Kenshin in the movie. Yo, you know, I mean, I expected some different cameos. Like, I didn't expect Matt Pat to be in it. Like, I expected there to be cameos, but I didn't know that Matt Pat was gonna be in it. Now, of course, I knew going into the movie that we weren't gonna see a Markiplier. We weren't gonna see a Markiplier cameo. He's currently working on his movie Iron Lung. So yeah, that's kind of sad that we didn't get to see the king of Five Nights at Freddy's in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. You know, like, Mans is the king. He's the one that got Five Nights at Freddy's so popular. If he hadn't have made his videos on it, I don't think the series would have gotten as popular as it did. So, I think that's got us quite a bit to mark. You know? Like, my eyes are going crazy. But anyways, yeah. I mean, the movie was okay at best. I mean, you know, the first part was brilliant. You know, like the horror, the suspense, everything about it, just terrifying and scary. But then it kind of started wobbling in the middle, and then it kind of went a little bit downhill. You know, like it just kind of feel like to be honest, I feel like Golden Freddy wasn't done any justice in that movie. I mean, like, he has like a total of maybe 30 seconds of screen time total in that. Like, I mean, they spent months, a really long time, making all of those suits, all of those animatronics, and Golden Freddy was one of them, and they only have him in the movie for literally like 30 seconds. So yeah, I don't really think Goldie was done any justice in that movie. But you know, I feel like on its own it's a pretty good movie. It's okay. But you know, as a horror movie from a horror franchise, I just couldn't feel the horror. You know, I wanted to be scared. When I watched this movie, I wanted to be scared. And there weren't even really that many jump scares in the movie, to be honest. Like, we only heard the classic jump scare noise once. And then the rest of the jump scares was just Balloon Boy freaking appearing out of nowhere. And he got me. Of course, the freaking Balloon Boy got me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, the movie was alright, you know, like, it wasn't the best I've ever seen, again, like, just my opinion, alright? I'm not totally slamming on the movie or anything, I just feel like there were things that they could work on. There are things they can improve, like, not focusing so much on Mike's story, and, you know, sort of just focusing on the animatronics, and also making the animatronics seem scary. Like, I didn't see killer robots when I watched that movie. I just saw children. You know, I just saw angry children, which I know that's what they are. But I mean, they're supposed to be terribly vengeful children, like absolutely horrific and horrifying. Like, when I watched this movie, I expected it to be scarier than the VHS tapes. That's what I expected, like, because this is a live-action movie made by Blumhouse, which is known for making scary movies. I kind of expected it to be even scarier than the VHS tapes, to be honest. Yeah, but it wasn't, and to be honest, you know, like, I can't really complain too much. After all, it is PG-13. There's only so much you can do with a PG-13 movie. I mean, if it had been rated R, I think it would have been much better. But to be honest, it also wouldn't have reached its target audience, which is mostly kids. Lots and lots and lots. Don't get me wrong, lots of adults and teenagers, but also it is sort of a kids game franchise, you know. Uh, but also they could have I feel like they could have done a little better dirtying up the animatronics because they didn't really look too dirty. The place was supposed to be all abandoned and stuff, but it didn't really seem to abandon the animatronic characters themselves. They didn't really seem to abandoned. Like you can tell, like in the first game, on the poster that I have, look, these guys are filthy, absolutely filthy. Maybe they should have rubbed a little bit of extra dirt on him. But the animatronics, they still looked really good. They looked like they were plucked directly from that poster. Like, to be honest, they looked that good. I just still sort of feel like I still feel like we were expecting killer robots and we got mad kids. But anyways, that's just my opinion on things, like if you wanna know for yourself, go watch the movie. I still recommend watching it, because I mean, it's still a good movie in of itself. I mean, okay, at best, to be honest. Like, I didn't enjoy it too much. Like, my expectations were very high, and to be honest, I was kind of disappointed. But that's because my expectations were insanely high, to be honest. Like, I feel like if I hadn't have gone into the movie with the high expectations that I had, I think it would have been much better, to be honest. But that's just my opinion on things. Like, I still enjoy the movies somewhat, but again, that's just me. So if you wanna see it for yourself, go watch it. It's streaming on Peacock. Oh, or it's as of me recording this and as it's posted, it's out in theaters now. So if you wanna, then go watch the movie because I still recommend it. Like yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got for you today. So like I said, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, leave a like, and leave a comment, letting me know which Five Nights at Freddy's character you want to see in the second movie. Also, hit that subscribe button, help me reach my goal, man, help me reach my goal, 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, come on, you can do it! But, yeah, really supports the channel. Also, join the Discord, link will be in the description. But anyways, that's all for now, my dudes. I will catch you in the next video. Peace!